Hey everyone, welcome to Plants and Politics. So I'm really starting to wonder if all of the people representing Trump in these bogus election fraud lawsuits actually received their law degrees from Trump University. Because it's such a clown show. They honestly don't seem to understand that you actually have to have evidence. That seems pretty basic, even for people without law degrees, but I don't know, maybe not. So on Friday, a Nevada judge dismissed Trump's voter fraud lawsuit with prejudice, meaning that it cannot be filed again with that court. Of note, this was the only lawsuit so far that actually included allegations of fraud, claiming that voters cast multiple ballots or voted using the names of deceased residents. But as with his other 30 some odd jokes of a lawsuit, I think actually we may even be over 40 at this point, Judge James Russell ruled against Trump, saying, quote, "The court finds that there is no credible or reliable evidence that the 2020 general election in Nevada was affected by fraud." He also said that they, quote, "did not prove under any standard of proof that illegal votes were cast and counted, or legal votes were not counted at all due to voter fraud, nor in an amount sufficient to raise reasonable doubt as to the outcome of the election." Judge Russell also took issue with Trump's so-called witnesses, in his opinion, stating that their, quote, "declarations constitute hearsay." He even called out their supposed expert witnesses, saying that their testimony was, quote, "of little to no value." But this legal clown show will sadly continue because Trump needs to keep this grift going long enough to amass a fortune so that he can use it to cover some of his personal debts, as we all know. So the state Republican Party has vowed that Trump's electors will be appealing the ruling by taking the case to the Nevada Supreme Court. This is all such a joke, though, because many of their allegations have already been proven completely false. I mean, one of the things that they alleged was that people who don't live in the state were voting, and that turned out to be, for the most part, military members who are stationed elsewhere but are residents of Nevada. So everything that they've alleged so far has just been knocked down and proven false. And as the judge pointed out, they brought nothing but speculation and primarily gossip as their evidence. I mean, it's almost like they played that kids game, telephone, where it's like it goes from one person to the next, to the next, to the next. And by the time you get to the last person, what was said was taken so out of context and twisted into so many knots that it doesn't in any way resemble what it started out as. That's almost what I think happened, because it's such a joke. And then you have people in other cases, like the one in Michigan, where the one witness came forward and literally said, "Oh, an Asian man came and dropped off ballots." That was her allegation of voter fraud. Okay. What tipped you off there? I mean, the fact that there were ballots being delivered to a vote counting facility, or what raised your suspicion? Was it because he was Asian instead of a white man? I mean, it's a joke. It's such a farcical, nonsensical, complete and utter failure. But as always, I will keep you posted. And thanks so much for watching and listening. I will talk with you guys soon. Take care. Thanks for listening to Plants and Politics. The only way we can take our country and power back is to spread the truth and build an army. So remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share on Facebook, YouTube, and wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thanks again.